What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my video. And this video right here I'm about to react to is called 15 unexpected things you will only see in Brazil. So there's another Brazil video. Let's get right to it. Oh yeah, make sure y'all subscribe too. You know, I gotta say that. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel. Punch that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell too. All right, here we go. Boom.
Home to the largest rainforest in the world, the biggest waterfall in the world,
That's pretty.
and a population of 212 million people.
That's
Brazil doesn't do things in small
right
doses.
Crowded up in there.
This awesome South American country is larger than life, which is why millions of tourists flock to Brazil every year to soak up the culture and see the incredible sights. If you want a vacation like no other, brush up on your Portuguese and book yourself a ticket to the biggest country in South America. From beautiful floating islands
right there.
to the world's most famous and fabulous carnival. While the Netherlands has built bridges for their rabbits to cross highways, and India waits patiently for holy cows to cross the road, in Brazil,
Anaconda
they've got
Crossroads.
a whole other beast on their hands. Yep, Brazilians have been sharing their street with giant green anacondas for years. These mega serpents are one of the largest snakes on Earth.
I thought they'd just be out
This is not just
in the swamps and stuff like that.
Happens from time to time.
Around the water,
In
but
fact,
they
it's
all on the highway.
Imagine cruising down the road in your car and seeing one of these bad boys slithering right across your path.
Right.
Yep, if you thought sitting in traffic was one of the worst things that could happen on your daily commute,
well, we have to look
again.
out. We gotta look out for like dogs,
snake was trying to jaywalk,
squirrels,
or should we say
deers,
slither?
People
began to get out of
other
their cars
places.
to halt
Gotta look out for
traffic
alligators
and alert drivers of the huge reptile.
And
thanks to the help of these
reptiles,
thoughtful onlookers, the bold snake reached his final destination safely. We've heard of a zebra crossing, but never an anaconda crossing. What would you do if you saw this enormous
if you driving
snake
around, you're like, oh man, you talking, you ain't looking at.
or just
What was
drive
that?
as far away as possible. Tallest water slide in the world. This crazy water slide is as high as a 14-story building. That's right.
Tallest water slide in the world,
for the most extreme thrill seekers only. The famous Insano water
that
slide sends
that
people
look fun.
flying down a near vertical drop, reaching speeds of up to 65 miles per hour. It's truly one of a kind.
I like water slides.
Something you wouldn't experience anywhere else.
Whoa.
Despite being 134 feet tall,
I'm gonna have to get me a
the ride
GoPro
is over and done with in
so
just
that I can
5
do things
seconds.
like that, and I can just post it and
Imagine
show y'all
lining up for this water
what's going
slide
on.
all afternoon just for it to last a mere seconds. It must be really worth it. The notorious water slide was built in 1989 and holds the official Guinness World Record for the highest water slide on Earth. So where can you find this free-falling tower of terror? That would be the famous beach park. Located
Let me know in the comment
Brazil.
section if you've been to this water park.
Amazing, right? Would any of you guys ever ride this terrifying water slide? Fisherman and Dolphin Alliance. In Laguna, Brazil, dolphins have formed a very unlikely and totally unique alliance with the local fishermen.
Fisherman and
That's
Dolphin
right.
Alliance.
This symbiotic relationship has been going on for over 30 years, and both parties are interested in one thing and one thing only.
Like dolphins,
Mullets.
they friendly.
We aren't talking about the awesome hairstyle, though. We're, of course, talking about the delicious fish. So how does it all work? Well, groups of up to 20 bottlenose dolphins work together to herd the schools of mullet fish towards the shore, where the Brazilian fishermen wait with their nets. The fishermen can't see the fish in the cloudy Laguna waters, and so the dolphins will slap their heads and fins against the waves
Let
to
you know where
signal
they're
to
at.
their human buddies when it's time to cast their nets out. This thrashing motion also works to break up the mullet fish into smaller groups, making them easier to catch. Pretty amazing, right? Police riding buffaloes. For over 25 years now, this unusual mode of transport has been the preferred choice.
Police riding on buffaloes
near the Amazon River Delta. The rough terrain in the region has always been a problem, but the cops here don't rely
a buffalo's
on
fast.
or jeeps.
What if you gotta
Instead, they've adopted the Asian
chase somebody
water
in a car or
buffalo in
something?
order to get from A to B. But why buffaloes? Well, the answer is quite simple. They move faster through water and swamps than any other form of transport. And on the Amazon River island of Marajo, northern Brazil, it isn't just the police that make use of the area's huge buffalo population. You can also try a delicious scoop of buffalo ice cream, a slice of buffalo cheese, or even a juicy buffalo steak. Yep, Rasho pretty
Buffalo
much
steak, huh?
worships the buffalo, and there are reports of up to 1 million of the furry-horned creatures living on the island. The local legend states that a freight ship carrying the exotic Asian water buffalo crashed on the
Yeah,
coast
he's like,
here
nah, I'm
in
standing up on
1890,
mine.
and
I
the
ain't trying to
ones
get
that
wet.
made it out of the shipwreck and onto the dry land multiplied, making this island the official second home for the water buffalo. Meeting of waters, where the Rio Negro and Rio Solimões rivers meet up to form the lower Amazon
Meeting
River.
of waters.
An
I always
amazing
thought that
natural
was kind of
phenomenon has
strange, man.
occurred.
That's
It goes by the
it's kind
name
of cool.
the
It's
Meeting
kind of
of
like
Waters, and it
what?
really is something special.
It's like
The unique
WTF.
blend of different speeds, temperatures, and densities creates a spectacular visual display that lasts for 6 kilometers.
It's almost like oil,
The
not
awesome
mixing with the
sight
water.
is so significant that it can be viewed from space, while the Rio Negro River is a dark black color due to the plant material it picks up through the jungles of Colombia. The Rio Solimões is a paler brown color due to the sediment
look muddy.
it collects as it flows from the Andes Mountains.
That's
And color
probably
is
why.
not the only difference. The Negro River is faster flowing, while the Solimões flows at a slower pace. Feijoada, the national dish of Brazil. This is one plate of food that really represents the country perfectly.
Feijoada.
It's hearty, strong in flavor, and not for the weak. This adaptable bean stew is served everywhere in Brazil, from fine dining
Have you had
restaurants to
feijoada?
street vendors.
Let me know in the
And
comment section.
Brazilians can't get enough of this meaty dish. Yep, feijoada is the official taste of Brazil. The word feijo means bean in
Looks yummy.
Portuguese, and the core ingredient of this unique dish is, of course, the black bean, which is then stewed over low heat with salted pork,
love rice,
beef,
man.
and smoked sausage. We really
Smoked
want to
sausage,
sample a bowl of this soul food.
Making me
And
hungry.
if you don't have your plane ticket to Brazil booked yet, then hopefully
Looks
you
good.
will run into 1 or 2 expat Brazilians selling this delicious delicacy at international food markets around the world. Fire-friendly plant. It doesn't get any more unexpected than this. We've heard of life-saving plants in the Amazon.
fire-friendly
but what
plant?
about a flower that comes back from the dead after a devastating wildfire.
Really?
Yep, we've heard a lot about raging forest fires in
The
Brazil
plant say
over
I'm
the
too
last
legit to
couple of
quit.
years. But did you know that there's a unique flower in Brazil
should
that
call it the
actually
resurrection
springs into
plant
life
or something.
straight after a fire has passed? Yeah, just 1 day later, this hardy little plant experiences a super bloom, and it's stunning. Bulbostris paradoxa is a Brazilian plant that has adapted to wildlife in the most
Bulbostris?
astonishing way.
I can't even say the
While
last one.
trees in the area are razed and destroyed, the fighter flower survives and thrives. They can be found in the awesomely biodiverse savanna lands in the Cerrado,
That is
Brazil,
interesting.
and are just one of the tens of thousands of amazing and unique species that live in the South American biome. Mount Roraima, the triple border. How on earth has a famous movie not been filmed here yet? This exquisite location is by far one of the most interesting border points in the world.
That's
dividing
cool.
Brazil from Guyana and Venezuela.
Guyana,
Mount Roraima
Venezuela.
rests in between the 3 countries and is the highest of the Roraima mountain chain in
Look at
South
the clouds.
America. Isn't it stunning?
Yeah,
Not
that's cool.
only is it breathtaking, but it's also one of the oldest geological formations on the entire planet.
Really?
Dating back to about 2 billion years ago.
2 billion.
Whoa. Indigenous people in the area had a deep respect for this mountainous sandstone plateau, which they believed was an ancient tree stump.
Wow.
Felled from a gigantic tree that held all of the fruit and vegetables in the world. When it was chopped down by trickster Macunaíma, it is said that the
Macunaíma.
epic tree crashed to the earth and caused a devastating flood. Favelas. There's nowhere else like this on earth. Yeah, there's crime, and it's not recommended for tourists to travel alone in Rio
Favela.
de Janeiro's notorious
Favelas.
But
I mean,
aside from that, there's a whole lot of good stuff to be
say it
found
was
as
a lot of
well.
crime, huh?
Music, arts, food, great people. Through thick and thin, the country's favelas seem to survive, and they
Favelas.
occupy a huge place in the country's heart. In fact, over 11
If anybody in the
million
comment
Brazilians
section, if you live in
the
favelas, let me know.
And following the pacification and gentrification,
Or if
that
you know
occurred
someone who
during the
lived
World
there.
Cup and the Olympic Games, more and more foreigners and middle-class people have moved into the often misunderstood favelas. The favelas were originally built with no city planning, no access to utilities or infrastructure, and cobbled together by low-income workers with their families. The result was a city within a city.
So I'm guessing everybody done built their
Houses
own
stacked side by side
their own
wherever
place?
possible, Nowadays, things seem to be improving, most likely to an international influx to Rio de Janeiro. The vibrant nightlife and party atmosphere on the weekends also draw in crowds of visitors to these neighborhoods, while chic restaurants and new businesses have popped up in these exciting communities. The spirit of the favelas seems to have become part of Brazil's national identity, and there really is nowhere else quite like it. Agility. We've traveled to the favelas and checked out the Amazon River from space, so what does the average beach scene in Brazil look like? There's something quite different about the beach bum lifestyle here that makes Brazil so special. Being athletic in Brazil is just a normal way of life, so whether it's dancing, football, futsal, MMA, or volleyball, practically every Brazilian person possesses at least some basic skills in one of those sports. If you love soccer or football, then you will already know what an incredible reputation Brazil has on the world playing field. After all, they're the only country to have ever won 5 World Cup titles. Yep, when the World Cup comes around every 4 years, most Brazilians are even allowed to work part-time or not at all in order to catch the Brazil games. Nope, martial arts such as capoeira and jiu-jitsu are a way of life in Brazil, and keeping fit and healthy in general is super important in this South American country. We can't think of another country that is more fitness obsessed. What about you guys? Floating island, Iguazu Falls. On the border of the Argentine province of Misiones and the Brazilian state of
Floating
Roraima,
island.
there is a natural wonder that rivals all others in the world.
That's pretty right there.
The Guarani or Tupi words Y, meaning water, and Uasu, meaning big.
Wasu
literally translates to big water, and it doesn't come much bigger than this. Yup, this legendary Iguazu Falls may be one of the most beautiful waterfalls on the entire planet, but it's also
nice
the
and
largest
peaceful right
waterfall
there.
system in the entire world. It completely dwarfs Niagara Falls, as Iguazu measures in at a whopping 269 feet compared to Niagara's height of 165 feet. We didn't think it was even possible to outshine Niagara Falls. With its 275 distinct falls and large floating islands, that exquisite South American waterfall system is like nowhere else on Earth. We think that it looks like a location straight out of a thrilling adventure movie.
Right.
Did Brazil get
Indiana
so
Jones
lucky?
or something.
We really want to go and check this phenomenal waterfall out. What Carnival? Does your hometown host a carnival? Well, you might as well forget about your local festivals, dance parties, and street fests, because the truth is that nothing really compares to Brazil's carnival scene.
Nice and colorful.
More specifically, the Rio Carnival. Yep, it's the party to
Rio Carnival,
and the hottest carnival in the entire world. You just can't beat it. This insane bash first began way back in 1723, in the week running up to Lent, and it's gone from strength to strength ever since. Loud, colorful costumes, banging music, and millions of party-loving people all combined in this legendary Sambadrome Marquês de Sapucaí venue, and the atmosphere is always totally electric. That isn't even half of it. Outside
nice and colorful and bright.
Over 300 street parties take place, bringing the whole city to life. This is one party where everyone is invited, including the rest of the world. If you ever dreamed of traveling to Brazil, then the beginning of each calendar year really is the best time to go out and get a true Brazilian experience, ready for a martial art like no other, a fighting dance that has evolved over the decades and centuries, stemming from the rich cultural diversity informing Brazil from over 4 different continents. It's thought to have originated in the 16th century as a method of fighting and self-defense.
I used to like using those type of fighters when I play video games.
Nowadays,
fighters that be
a phenomenon
that's just jiu-jitsu type of fighters.
Still the home of capoeira. The ginga, a rocking step, is at the center of this complex dance, keeping the capoeirista in a constant state of motion while they fight in the roda, which is a circle formed of singers and musicians that provide the rhythm for the capoeira match. Yet there's no other discipline quite like the unique art of capoeira, and it's been an important part of the Brazilian culture for centuries.
That's what it's called, capoeira.
If you want to give it a go, then you don't have to travel to South America, as there are lots of schools all over the world where you can get involved. But if you want to get right to the heart of this awe-inspiring martial art, you simply must head to its birthplace in Brazil, for the true capoeira experience. Passions for the forest. As much as we've heard stories about logging and degradation in Brazil, one thing is absolutely for sure. The people of Brazil have a fierce loyalty to Mother Nature unlike anywhere else in the world. This awesome Brazilian couple regrew an entire forest in the Minas Gerais state in just 20 years, and their work is not done yet. Just by planting native plants and trees on the lifeless, degrading plot of land, Brazilian photojournalist Sebastião Ribeiro Salgado and his wife, Lelia de Luz Wanik Salgado, managed to revive their old cattle ranch and transform it into a living, breathing forest that boasts 300 species of trees and saw the return of over 170 species of birds, 30 species of mammals, and 15 species of reptiles and amphibians. That's right, this inspiring Brazilian couple brought a forest back to life, and hopefully many more all over the world will follow in their footsteps.
All right, I see y'all.
There's only one planet Earth after all. We told you that Brazil was an awesome place. Yep, this vibrant country is truly one of a kind. There's just nowhere else quite like it on the planet. We're officially adding Brazil to our bucket list. What about you guys?
Yeah, man. Brazil is one. I gotta step my travel game up. You know, I gotta go visit some of these places, man. Different spots. Check them out. Check out the culture. You know, check out the scenery, the food, everything. Yeah, so. But let me know in the comment section if you from any of those places. You know, not just from Brazil, but if you know anybody that was in that neighborhood. I forgot the name of it. Or if you've been to that amusement park. Just let me know in the comment section. All right, y'all, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all share this video. Make sure you hit that notification bell. I'm Chris Magma. I'll see y'all in the next video.